Let's begin with something hard to swallow. You are already manifesting. Yes, right now. This very moment. But the question isn't if you're manifesting, it's what you're manifesting. And for most people, they're manifesting struggle. They're manifesting lack. They're manifesting pain on autopilot. And the scariest part, they have no idea they're doing it. They think it's bad luck. They think it's genetics. They think it's just the way life is. But let me tell you something. It's not luck. It's not fate. It's programming. You were trained to create the life you don't want, taught to think small, conditioned to feel powerless. And now, without even realizing it, you're repeating thoughts, repeating emotions, repeating patterns that are keeping you stuck. This is why your life hasn't changed. Not because you aren't working hard, but because your subconscious mind is still wired for limitation. You're trying to change your world with the same mind that created it. And that never works. You can hustle every day, you can say affirmations all night. But if the programming is still rooted in lack, nothing changes, because manifestation isn't about what you say. It's about what you believe. It's about what you feel. It's about what's running on loop beneath the surface. Most people don't even realize they're manifesting problems because it feels so normal. They're so used to struggle, they think it's reality. They're so used to chaos, they think it's just life. But what if I told you, you can change the program, you can rewire your subconscious, you can start manifesting on purpose? Because you can. But first, you have to wake up. You have to realize your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. If there's confusion out there, there's confusion in here. If there's lack out there, there's scarcity running deep inside. But once you see that truth, you become powerful because you can reprogram. You can shift the frequency. You can align with something new. And that's what this message is about. It's your wake-up call. It's your moment to snap out of the hypnosis because you've been manifesting, but now it's time to manifest on purpose. Let's go deep. You wake up, but you're already behind. You reach for your phone and the noise starts. Dopamine hits, notifications, expectations, distractions. And without even realizing it, you're back in the loop, the subconscious loop. You think you're making decisions, but you're not. You're running on code. And that code, it was installed when you weren't paying attention, from childhood, from society, from fear, from survival. Every belief you carry is a frequency. And that frequency, it sends out a signal. That signal attracts. That signal builds. That signal becomes your reality. But here's the terrifying part. Most people are broadcasting limitation. They're thinking lack. They're speaking doubt. They're feeling small. And they're shocked when their life looks like a cage. It's not a coincidence. It's not bad luck. It's alignment. You're aligned with the wrong outcome. You say you want freedom, but you fear uncertainty. You say you want love, but you've been hurt too many times. You say you want abundance, but you still believe you're not worthy of it. That is the blueprint. That's what's running under the surface. You don't get what you want. You get what you are, what you vibrate with, what you expect in your bones. Until you rewrite that code, you will keep recreating the same pain with different faces, the same chaos with different jobs, the same emptiness with different goals. And society, it profits from your blindness. It profits when you doubt yourself. It profits when you stay asleep. Because if you ever wake up and remember who you really are, you'd become dangerous, unstoppable, unshakable. So here's the invitation. Don't chase another goal. Don't write another to-do list. Rewrite the blueprint. Start by questioning everything you believe, everything. Where did it come from? Who gave it to you? Does it serve the life you actually want? Because beliefs are not truths. They are agreements, and agreements can be broken, rewritten, replaced. You're not stuck. You're not cursed. You're not behind. You're just programmed. And programming can be changed. But only if you're brave enough to face it, to unlearn what was never yours, to believe again, but this time, on your terms. Because until you do, you'll keep manifesting the life you say you don't want, while rejecting the life you were born for. And that's the biggest tragedy of all. Emotion is not weakness. Emotion is a code. Every feeling you allow yourself to fully experience becomes a frequency. And every frequency becomes a magnet, not a metaphor, a literal force of attraction. But here's the truth no one told you. Most people don't feel. They numb, they suppress, they escape. Because they've been taught that emotion is chaos, that crying is weak, that passion is unstable. So what happens? People try to manifest from their minds while rejecting their hearts. They visualize riches while vibrating lack. They recite affirmations while suppressing grief. They paste fake smiles over wounds that never healed. And the universe, it doesn't hear your words. It feels your energy. You can't outthink your vibration. You can't fake alignment. If you say I am abundant, but you feel like a fraud. If you say I am loved, but you feel rejected in your soul. You're not manifesting the affirmation. You're manifesting the emotion. This is the key most people miss. The emotion is the current. It's the signal you broadcast every second. It tells the universe what to bring you. It tells your reality what shape to take. You've been taught to fear your emotions, but emotions are not the problem. Resistance is. The more you suppress your emotions, the more power they have over you. The more you allow them, the more free you become. You want to shift your life? Stop avoiding the pain. Stop skipping over the sadness. Stop drowning your truth in distractions. Feel it. Own it. Let it move through you. Because once it moves through you, it can no longer control you. And when you begin to feel consciously, something incredible happens. You shift your frequency. You release the weight. You raise your vibration. Now your I am abundant becomes real. Now your I am worthy has root. Now your I am love becomes a beacon that attracts more of the same. This is emotional alchemy. This is vibrational mastery. This is how you become a magnet for everything you truly desire. So stop fearing your feelings. Start listening to them. They are not noise. They are guidance. They are truth. When you feel fully, you attract fully. Not from desperation, not from fear, but from power. That's how you create a new life. Not by escaping emotion, but by mastering it. Feel deeper, align stronger, manifest louder. It all begins with what you feel right now. So you can have the best strategy, you can have the vision board, you can say the affirmations 100 times a day, but if deep down you still see yourself as broke, lost, average, or invisible, you will always return to that baseline. Because identity is the thermostat of your life. No matter how hard you try to rise, if your internal thermostat is set to 65 degrees, you'll sabotage, shrink, or settle the moment things get hotter. Why? Because you will never outperform who you believe you are. If you believe you're poor, you'll block wealth. If you believe you're unlovable, you'll repel connection. If you believe you're weak, you'll fear action. Your life is not a reflection of your desires. It's a reflection of your identity. You manifest what matches your self-image, not what matches your wishes. And most people never change their lives because they never change their identity. They try to change the outcome without changing the operator. They treat symptoms but never rewrite the root. So what happens? They rise, then fall. They succeed, then sabotage. They attract, then repel, because the internal blueprint never changed. But here's the good news. Identity is not fixed. It's not genetic. It's not fate. It's a decision you renew every day. You can decide to be someone new, not by pretending, not by faking, but by aligning. You align your thoughts, you align your choices, you align your energy, not with who you've been, but with who you're becoming. So stop asking, what do I need to do to have success? Start asking, who must I become to naturally attract success? Because when your identity shifts, your results follow automatically. Your habits change without effort. Your standards rise without resistance. Your confidence builds without force. Why? Because your identity doesn't need convincing. It simply lives the truth. Want to attract abundance? Become the version of you who expects it. Want to attract love? Become the version who radiates it. Want to attract purpose? Become the version who walks in it. It all begins in the mirror. Not the mirror of your bathroom, but the mirror of your beliefs. What do you believe about you? Is it inherited or chosen? Is it outdated or upgraded? Is it aligned with where you're going or stuck in where you've been? You want quantum change? Don't just change your actions, change your identity. Act from it, speak from it, create from it, until one day you don't have to force anything, because alignment isn't forced, it's remembered. You were always meant to be powerful. You were always meant to lead. You were always meant to have more. You just forgot. So now it's time to remember, to reclaim, to rewrite the story. Because the only thing between you and the life you dream about is the identity you're still holding on to. Let it go and choose it. Now that you know you're manifesting from your identity and emotions, the real question is, how do you reprogram the subconscious? How do you rewire the operating system that runs 95% of your daily actions? How do you make success your default setting, not just a lucky break? The answer isn't complicated, but it is uncomfortable, because rewiring requires repetition, intention, and belief. Step 1, interrupt the old patterns. You cannot rewire a mind that is still feeding off yesterday's thoughts. Every time you catch yourself saying, "I'm not good enough," or "I can't afford that," or "this never works for me," pause, stop the pattern, call it out, speak to it, because awareness is the beginning of change. Step 2, install the new code. Affirmations only work when they're aligned with emotion. You don't just repeat the words, you feel them. You breathe into them, you visualize them until your nervous system starts to believe they're already real. Say it with power. I am a magnet for abundance. I create value everywhere I go. I am safe to receive more. I am the architect of my reality. Say it until it feels familiar. Say it until your body starts aligning with it. Say it until your behavior shifts without you even noticing. Step 3, act from the new program. This is where most people fall off. They think change happens just by thinking, but thought must lead to action. If you believe you're a millionaire, how does that version of you walk? How does that version of you invest their time? How does that version of you speak about opportunity? Embody it, live it, practice it, even before the results show up, because the subconscious doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. It only knows repetition and frequency. If you do something long enough with emotion, it becomes your truth, and your truth becomes your world. Rewiring is not about forcing change. It's about making the new feel normal, so normal that the old ways feel foreign, so natural that alignment becomes your baseline. That's when life starts responding differently. That's when you don't chase, that's when you stop wishing and start embodying. You don't have to force reality to bend to your will. You align with it, you tune into the frequency, you broadcast a new signal, and reality must respond. This is the formula. Awareness, intention, emotion, repetition, embodiment. You are not broken. You are programmed. But the beauty of that, programs can be rewritten. Every moment you spend in conscious awareness, you're breaking the loop. Every time you say, "This is not my story anymore," you're shifting the signal. Every time you show up as the version of you who already is what you desire, you're broadcasting a new identity. And soon, the external world will catch up. It always does, because reality is just the mirror. It reflects back your vibration. It reflects back your expectation. It reflects back your most dominant state of being. So be intentional, be conscious, be committed to the new program, because when your subconscious believes it, your world will reflect it every time. Everything in this universe is frequency. Everything, thoughts have a frequency. Emotions have a frequency. Words have a frequency. Even your presence carries a vibrational signature. So if you're not getting what you want in life, the real question isn't, why not? It's, what am I tuned into? Because manifestation isn't about begging. It's not about wishing. It's not about working harder. It's about matching the vibration of what you desire. If you want abundance but your frequency is scarcity, you'll repel it. If you want love but your vibration screams fear, you'll block it. If you want purpose but you vibrate in confusion, you'll never feel clear. This is where most people get stuck. They say all the right things, they put in all the effort, but the signal they're sending out doesn't match what they're asking for. Imagine a radio trying to tune in to 98.5 FM, but it's stuck on 87.3. It doesn't matter how badly it wants to hear the right music. It won't, because it's on the wrong frequency. That's how most people live, out of tune, out of sync, out of alignment. So how do you tune your frequency? You start by becoming aware of what you're broadcasting. Not what you post, not what you say, but what you feel. Because the universe doesn't respond to what you say you want. It responds to what your nervous system believes you're worthy of. And that belief, that energy, that is the frequency. Start with your mornings. Are you waking up in gratitude or dread? Start with your thoughts. Are you rehearsing limitations or affirming truth? Start with your language. Are you speaking life or cursing your situation every time you talk about it? Because your words are spells, your energy is the wand, and your attention is the focus. What you energize expands, what you align with arrives. But you can't stay in the vibration of fear and expect a reality of freedom. You can't stay in the frequency of hustle and expect the vibration of peace. This is why awareness is power, because once you notice the frequency, you can shift it. You can breathe, you can reframe, you can move your body, you can play music that activates joy, you can surround yourself with voices that elevate your thinking, you can command your frequency in any moment, and when you do, reality bends, opportunities appear, people show up, synchronicities align, not because of magic, but because of matching. You match the frequency of your future, and so the future became the present. This is the secret the world doesn't teach. Because a tuned-in person is powerful. A tuned-in person can't be controlled. A tuned-in person doesn't chase, they attract. And you are tuning in now. You are shifting the signal. You are becoming magnetic. So feel the future. Speak like it's already yours. Move like it's inevitable. Because it is. Once your frequency aligns, it's already done.
Now that you understand frequency, alignment, embodiment, and identity, there's only one thing left to do. Live it. This isn't about adding more information, this is about becoming transformation. Because you've spent enough time studying the life you want. Now it's time to build it, to breathe it, to become it. The world doesn't change when you learn more. It changes when you finally believe you are worthy of what you've been asking for. And the truth is, most people won't do this work. They'll stay distracted. They'll chase shiny goals with wounded energy. They'll spend their lives reacting to a reality they never knew they were creating. But you're different. Because you've woken up. You've remembered. And now you realize you are the creator. You are the magnet. You are the signal. You are the scriptwriter, the director, and the star of this story. So start living like it. Speak like it. Act like it. Not someday. Not next year. Now. Because now is all there ever is. And every time you choose alignment over fear, clarity over confusion, presence over distraction, you shift timelines. This is the new world, built by the aligned, led by the aware, fueled by the ones who dared to remember their power. You don't need to convince anyone. You don't need to prove anything. You just need to be. Be the vibration. Be the message. Be the living, breathing embodiment of what's possible, because that's how you lead. That's how you elevate. That's how you magnetize everything you've ever wanted. You've already become the version of you who has it. Now let the world catch up, and when you doubt, come back here. Come back to the breath. Come back to the truth. You were never broken. You were just buried, under programs, under patterns, under fear. But now you've remembered, and you'll never forget again. Because once you taste alignment, chaos tastes bitter. Once you know your power, pretending to be weak is impossible. So go, create. Lead, be, the future is yours. The life is waiting, and the signal is already sent. Now receive it, and live it, fully, finally, forever.